All right, so some more interesting things going on lately. GM is laying off thousands of people. It's going to be estimated um, between somewhere a little over 8,000 jobs are going to be lost through their new session of layoffs and factory closures. So the interesting thing here is some of them they're not completely shutting down because they're going to be picking up on their electric vehicle, their battery powered vehicle. They're trying to double their battery powered vehicle inventory in their creation of what they're doing. So they keep saying that they're, oh, we're changing it up. It's because things are really good, and we're trying to we're trying to make it streamline our business and make it more profitable is what they're trying to throw off by 2020. um, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You're telling me that you're doing so well, that you're going to fire 15% of your employees to try and make more profit because you're already doing so well. So what I'm saying right now is that this is a sign of a weak economy. We truly do have a weak economy. And GM is not a very good company. They do not make very good cars. They don't make good cars at all. Their trucks are rather decent, but honestly, in comparison to their competitors who are importing vehicles, Honda, Toyota, they do not make good cars whatsoever. So their choice to now get into heavier into the electric car industry, I don't trust their judgment. So I don't think that this is going to look good on them. Interestingly enough, since 2015, they've been doing $10 billion of stock buybacks. Ergo, where they actually buy these the stocks away from other people so that they maintain more ownership. But they also put a valuation for those to grow. So once those grow, they can then eventually sell those off for a profit. That's a thing that they. I mean, most big corporations like that own shares of other big corporations, anyways. As a sign of, as a way of, distributing the money. So they don't just have it sitting in cash; they have it sitting in other, rather liquid assets. The interesting thing about this is Donald Trump. Donald Trump, and I quote, has said, by GM doing this, GM doesn't know who they're messing with. He's talking about trying to punish GM for costing the U.S. these jobs. These aren't going to make his jobs, numbers look very good this quarter. But the problem is, this is a private, this is a public business, but this is a business that has nothing to do with the government. So, with the concept, yes, the government did bail them out, which was a horrible idea, and I do not back. So let me, kind of dig into that for just a second. In capitalism, the fail. That's what bankruptcy court's for. That's specifically what it's for, is so that you can, cut your losses. Other people, you'll pay some people off. Some people will never get paid back, like your shareholders. If your company goes to zero, your common stockholders have no recourse. They have nothing. That's why there are different levels of shares and purchase, because some of the sold, you will get a percent of that back, so you don't lose all of what you have. But that's not common stock. So it's a preferred stock. But so getting into this, in capitalism, you fail. That is a good part of it. Why is that? Why was I against the bail? Mostly because that's not how capitalism works. You cut the fat. You send them to bankruptcy court. Yes, jobs are going to be lost, but eventually they will come back. That is how it works. That is what the system's set up for, and we're not letting that happen. Now what? That's what they're saying. Their headlines. That's what we get for bailing you out. Yeah, because you shouldn't have bailed them out in the first place. They have no promise. They have no promise to the American people whatsoever. You don't. When you have a job, you don't own that job. The company owns that job. You don't. You are holding that job. Okay? That's the truth. The company owns the job, not you. Okay? So, long story short, what I don't like about Trump commenting on this, that is a very, that's kind of a totalitarianistic, tyrannical comment to say for a free market capitalist country that the president's going to have some kind of recourse toward GM now for costing our country these. Sure, they'll probably be opening, of their factories overseas. One was in North Korea, I believe, and I don't like his comments about that. He should have he should have no control over that. This is a public in buybacks, because if they purchased most of those recently, they're taking tens of millions of dollars in losses down. It continues to going down. So is that part of it? Maybe they bought shares. Now the shares are coming down as the economy is slowly coming down, as the index are slowly coming down, and now they're starting to say, wow, we really messed up. We should not have purchased so much of our stock back with this money. You know what's interesting? They have to borrow the money to shut down. For them to shut down, it's going to cost them over $3 billion, and they have to borrow that money. Does that sound like a healthy company? Doesn't sound like a healthy company to me. Who believes? So now let's go back to Trump's comments. He's talking about cutting some of the subsidies that GM receives. Some of those subsidies. Okay, here's the problem. Those subsidies aren't just for GM. They are for all American auto manufacturers, not GM, not specifically GM. So what you're saying is equal right under the law does not apply. So the government can now choose, if Trump does something about this, the government can now choose who is covered under the law. That isn't, friends. I do not like that concept whatsoever. Okay? No. You cannot choose that. Either you drop the subsidies for all American auto manufacturers, which I hope they do, or you don't. You can't pick one company because you don't like what they're doing. They're a public company. They're not a government-owned company. The government did own shares. Apparently, they sold them back for a loss, is what I heard. They purchased it to keep them afloat, and then by the time they sold it, the share still dove, and the American taxpayers took a loss. So, either way, the government should stay out of all of this. I do not support Trump's comments, even though, yes, right now they just are comments. But if he truly does do anything about that, that is a very slippery slope for the legal system whatsoever, because then the government can once again choose who's covered under the law of freedom, who's covered under the law of anything, any law that's on the books, and who's not. They can choose, pick and choose. I don't like that. Nope. Equal representation under the law for everyone, regardless of your company, color, logo, whatever it is, regardless of all of that, equal opportunity under the law that we should all benefit from. So I'm going to go ahead and close it off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be doing weekly updates, on how the economy's doing, on what's going on with our political system right now. I'm trying to break all of this stuff down, trying to make it a little bit more clear. As I find good articles, I do articles of the day. I will be reading those articles, posting those articles in the comment section, in the description section of the video. That way you can go back and read it yourself. And I'm giving the take of, once again, being in the middle, not trying to lean bias on either side. Do I have a bias towards capitalism? Yes, I do. I do, because out of all the debates and of all the research that I've found, capitalism truly is the best way. Even the crappiest forms of capitalism, like now, is doing better than of actual socialized government. Okay, look at Venezuela. That's an easy example. But once again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit like to give us support. If you like the information, truly do appreciate it. Please comment. I will comment back. We'll talk to you guys soon.